What's up YouTube? For tonight's video, we have a full 4 times a week defining Pokemon team. This one was a real punch up. Leave those theme teams in the comment section below, people. The highest number of comment will be the winner, or you could be picked for a Mystery Monday. So leave a comment below, you never know, because it always lands on Monday. Now with this team, right, I had a pool of Pokemon that were weak to fighting moves 4 times a week. So I picked 6 random Pokemon out and constructed a team out of them. Had some really cool sets and battles here too. Make sure you stick around for the whole thing. It was very, very entertaining. Okay, if you people want to battle me, that's on my chat there in the description of the video. This was a battle against MZ on my chat. Now we have a Pidgeot and a Sneasel lead here. Now this Sneasel was really cool. So I've got Fake Out on this just to get rid of any Sturdy or Sashes. And I've got on this a Focus Sash counter, so I've got that to help me out. I've also got Swagger and Punishment with the Pickpocket ability there. So I burn up my Sash, and if I'm able to get hit by a move there, I'm going to pickpocket their item, so it's pretty cool. So we have the Pidgeot there going for U-turn, which I was definitely hoping it would do. Now we have the Luxray coming in, intimidating me, but it doesn't matter because Counter's going to do the fixed damage there and just absolutely wreck Luxray at the start. So a really, really good start there, getting rid of Luxray. Quite a scary Pokemon. Now I have quite a few battles with this team. Obviously, fighting is a very predominant type in singles there, so it's quite difficult, but I had a lot of fun doing it, which was the main thing. So Pidgeot's going to come in there and use Quick Attack against me. That's Ponard, that's my Sneasel now. So we have the Ponard here, which works nicely with my Sneasel, right? So this was a Mean Look set. I've got Thunder Wave, Foul Play, and Swagger on this too. So if they already had a couple of boosts and the Sneasel didn't work out too well, I could always swap this in and use Foul Play. This was a max health, split defenses set there with Everlight and Defiant. And so that's how it worked. They kind of worked in sync together. Alright, so Muck's going to use the power-up punch here, and it's going to do lots of damage to me there, and it's going to give it a boost in attack. So it's like, well, this is actually pretty good here, right? Because this is going to help me out. So I've got the paralysis on it, and Swagger hits. I'm like, yes, so it's got a lot of attack boost. So here I was thinking, well, this is either going to go really, really good, or it's going to go south real quick. So it's going to be Confused. I was hoping it would hit itself in Confusion, and it's not going to hit itself in Confusion. Getting through that and power-up punching me, and that's definitely going to take me out there because it's a fighting move too, of course it is, and it's going to get another attack boost. So, this was not good. I had to get rid of this thing ASAP. So swapping in Big Probopass here. This is a weakness policy special sweeping set. Now I've got the Sturdy on this with weakness policy. I've got Rock Polish. I've got Power Gem, Dazzling Gleam, and Flash Cannon just for some coverage there. You could run some other moves if you wanted to, but that's what I did. Alright, so Muck does about 1 million damage to itself there with the hitting itself in Confusion. It's got Black Sludge there, but I was hoping this would be enough to kill because I know Muck can be quite bulky. So going for the Rock Polish there, I really, really needed that weakness policy up. The only thing I was worried about if the Muck did have Shadow Sneak, so I did take a bit of a risk there. A lot of the time it can carry Shadow Sneak. So obviously it's going to take me all the way down to my Sturdy there, and I'm going to get my weakness policy boost here. So this is the problem. I was like, has it got Shadow Sneak or not? If it's got Shadow Sneak, this is really, really bad because half my team is going to be wasted. Then I've got to somehow pull a clutch back into this game. Anyways, so I went for the Flash Cannon here. Thank God it didn't have Shadow Sneak, and that's going to be enough to take out the Muck there. Thank God. That thing was an absolute nightmare. A lot of the time, I did get the Swagger success with both of those Pokemon, but other times, as you just seen then, it went really, really bad. Okay, so now we have the Pidgeot coming in, which is definitely not going to use Quick Attack. There's nothing I can really do on 1 health. I could have swapped out, but Probopass isn't going to outspeed anything if it swaps out anyway, so I just let it go. Now, swapping in Auroras here. This was a physical Auroras. Let me run you through this one. So I've got Refrigerate with this one, right? I've got Facade, which works nicely. So Refrigerate turns Facade into the Ice type move. I've got Rock Polish. I've got Zen Headbutt for fighting type, especially for this team. And I've got Stone Edge there. And I've got the Toxic Orb there to boost the power of Facade further there. So it's really, really good. And it hits fairly hard. You could run like a different item if you wanted, but I want to run a physical one. It's quite fun. Okay, so going for the Stone Mist there. It hits, which is really nice. Lantern is going to go for a Surf there. Now, I was quite confident I could live this one sort of badly. With Auroras, it has a lot of health. That was really the only reason. I wasn't sure how much EVs this was. Lantern was running in special attack, either whether it was just a more bulky one or it was a more offensive one. I was guessing, leaning towards a more bulky one. Okay, so it just tanks that second Stone Edge. Now it eats a fucking berry. I'm like, oh. So it gets over half of its health back, and it's going to go for another Surf there. So this was a really, really big problem too. Things were not looking good. Aurorus is going to go down to that one. So I've only got 2 Pokemon left to try and get back into this game. It was. I really had to try and pull a clutch here. So bringing in Aggron, a special Aggron. Now let me run you through this amazing set. So we've got on this Sturdy. I've got Flash Cannon, Blizzard, Thunder, and Focus Miss. Max Health, Max Special Attack. And I've got the Electrium Z for Thunder. Okay, so Focus Blast does heaps of damage. And I'm going to get hit by a Surf here. Now, I do have Sturdy. Now, Sturdy actually saved me a lot of times there. Just to the one-hit KO moves, like the fighting-type moves. Those kind of things there. So it's very, very handy to have that on 2 of my Pokemon. All right, so going for the Focus Miss here. It lands, thank God. It does probably just enough to take out the Lantern there. Man, if they had it, like, I was just imagining that using Rest or something. Anyway, so we have the Pidgeot coming back in here, which is definitely not going to use Quick Attack. Now I was thinking, well, no, I want to keep Aggron because I might be able to get my Z move off and do some damage later on. Let's send in Bastardon. Now, Bastardon was a very, very handy Pokemon on my team. Let me run you through what set this was. I'm just going through. So this is a Rest Sleep Talk set. I've got Toxic and Ancient Power on this. I'm holding the Chople Berry, and I've got the Sturdy ability too. So a lot of my Pokemon had Sturdy. All right, so Hype Tree's going to come in here. I want to get the Toxic off. So I was like, I hope this doesn't have Lumberry, right? Because that would be really, really bad. There's going to be no way I'm going to be able to take this thing out. If it was a Harvest set, I wasn't sure. Okay, so the Lumberry or anything doesn't activate there. So I'm like, whew, that was really good. Now I can either go for the Ancient Power here. Will-O-Wisp misses, but it doesn't really matter too much because I have Rest, Sleep, Talk. So if it hit or didn't, it doesn't matter. I'm not running a physical set either. So I get a crit and I get an Ancient Power boost. I'm like, yes! Okay, so I get a nice scummy boost there. It's beautiful, making me even more bulky. Bastardon has amazing bulk there. It's obviously the problem with it. This team, it's 4 times weaknesses. It just goes down so easily. Okay, so Trevenant's going to go for the Will-O-Wisp again, which is going to hit this time, which is quite funny there. It actually got a increase in accuracy, but I tend to miss it a fair bit too. So going for Ancient Power again on the Hype Tree there. It's going to do over half health. Then it's got the... I thought it might have the Citrus Berry if it doesn't have the Llama. It usually has one or the other. Okay, so it's definitely a Harvest set there. Now, I wasn't sure if I had any other forms of recovery outside of stuff like maybe Horn Leech. I wasn't sure. I know what moves it gets, but it was just so many different things that it could run. Anyway, so it's going to go for the Forest Curse here. Now, Forest Curse is a really cool move. I love the animation too on that, which is going to add the Grass typing to me. So, what I was thinking, right, is another one of their Pokemon was going to come in and use something that was super effective against that, or that it had a move to hit me super effective since that Grass type was added. Those obviously were the 2 things I was thinking there. Anyway, so I'm going to try and take this thing out, or I was thinking, well, maybe I could just swap out here, because there was one Pokemon I was really worried about that I didn't want to swap in and take me out, and I really needed Bastardon to get me back into the game. It'll make more sense soon. But they're going to go for Rest. I'm like, for fuck's sake. So, unfortunately here, I didn't have much I could do there, and I could have taken it out with the Ancient Power. Unfortunately, I really didn't want a Bastardon to get that extra Grass typing. Anyway, so the Hype Tree is going to stay asleep here. I've got no choice but to go for Blizzard and pray that it hits there. Blizzard does nice damage there. It's a 2-hit KO, which is really cool on Aggron. The thing was, I was just hoping that it didn't get its berry up there, because that would be really, really bad. It doesn't. Blizzard hits on the second turn, and that's going to be enough to take out the Trevenant there with my Aggron Blizzard. Whew, I just got out of that one, guys. I just got out of that one. So I actually preserved both of my Pokemon still. So this was the Pokemon I was worried about if it came in and had that Grass typing right. So there wasn't much I could do, so I was like, let's just go for my Electrium Z move and get some damage on it at least. I had nothing to hit this thing right. I'll tell you what my moves were. You already know. Flash Cannon, Blizzard, Thunder, Focus Miss. I had nothing to hit this right. Nothing at all. It's going to do absolute monkeys to it. So go for Gigavolt Havoc there on Aggron anyway. This was just like countering like water types and things like along that. So firing myself into Turtonator's shell, and that's not going to do too much damage to it there. Obviously, it's going to resist that one heavily. Now it's going to go for a Focus Blast against me. It's going to avoid the attack. So I was like, oh no, it's got Focus Blast. This is really, really bad. So I go for my own Focus Miss there. Focus Miss is going to land on the Turtonator, doing fairly good damage there. Another Focus Miss is going to get fired at me. It's going to land this time, and that's going to do, well, I was going to say we all know that crit mattered, but it wasn't a crit. So Aggron is going to go down. The last Pokemon I've got left is Bastardon. Now, Bastardon does have a Chople Berry. That was my that was going to be my saving grace. I knew that I could probably live one, and then things were going to start to get a bit shaky there. So getting up the Toxic there anyway, which is good. I'm going to outspeed it, which is really nice. Now, Focus Miss hits the first turn. I've got the Chople Berry there, which is really good. So that's going to power down the damage a bit there on Bastardon. Since it's so bulky, it does take that one okay, but it still does a lot of damage there. So here I was thinking, well, my only chance to win this would be focus missing, really. So I had to go, I thought, instead of going for rest, let's just go for Ancient Power and try and take it out, right? Because it's going to be super effective. So going for Ancient Power there on my Bastodon, doesn't have any special attack EVs, but still has pretty good damage there. And Fire Blast is going to be the move, obviously, to go for there because it's not going to miss. I just tanked that one there. I've got the burn, but I know what burn's damage is going to be here. Now, guys, just remember, I've still got a Pidgeot here that I had to beat. So I thought, if I go for Ancient Power, I can get rid of the Turtonator. But I'm not going to be able to get rid of the Pidgeot because I need more health there, even if it was going to take it out with like a crit or something. So I had to go for rest. I had absolutely no options there. So healing myself up there to full, which is nice. Now it's going to hit me with the Charge Beam there, just trying to finish me off. I think that was they had only low accuracy moves there. That probably would have been their most highest accuracy move. Anyway, so Turtonator's going to break my sturdy there. Here I'm going to have to go for the Sleep Talk. All I needed was to get an Ancient Power here to finish off the Turtonator. Then we had Pidgeot, which I was very confident could absolutely do diddly squat to me. I get freaking Toxic. It's already poisoned, and the Focus Miss is going to hit, and that's going to take out my Bastodon. You bastard. Anyway, so that is down. I hope you guys enjoyed this first battle. I'm so salty after that one. It was a very fun game, though. Let's get to the second one. This was against Useman Blue on my chat. Blue dabba dee dabba da. Okay, so we have the Emolga lead here. So we have my Sneasel lead here. I want to do the same thing as I did before. I thought that I could go for Fake Out. I was a little bit worried about Static though, but I thought, fuck it, let's just go for it. So it does pretty good damage against that. Now it's going to get the flinch, obviously there, it's 100%. Here I went for the Swagger boost there, trying to get that on the Emolga. Then I could go for the Punishment after, which would absolutely Shrek Emolga because its defenses are basically arse. And, get that early lead happening. Anyway, so Emolga is going to be confused. However, it's going to be able to get through that. Fling a light ball at me. Now, when you fling a light ball at someone or the light ball hits you, you automatically get paralyzed. It's quite a gimmicky but fun little item to use. So I'm paralyzed. That really isn't good because the speed is really a strategy I need on this set, apart from go for counter. Anyway, so it's going to hit itself in confusion, doing a lot of damage there. I was thinking maybe a good strategy for that would be like a fling, then light ball, then go for acrobatics after. I think that's what they were doing. I'd say, I'm going to call that's what they were doing, go for acrobatics the next turn. I could be wrong, but I'd say that's what they were doing. Anyway, so now I went for punishment. Obviously, it's going to not work because they're already fainted. Now, the problem is Sneasel is paralyzed here, so it's not going to work. Counter's not going to work. There wasn't much point of just, I just thought I'd sack it here, and it's going to go down to the Beedrill, but that's cool. I guess it did its job there, taking out a Pokemon. So an eye for an eye, or a Molga for a Molga there. So Beedrill is going to U-turn me out, and now we have the mighty Wampoling Wooper. So I've got to get rid of this thing. It's pretty scary. So I brought in my own scary Pokemon. Now I thought, well, since I didn't get in the battle before, I actually had these 2 battles in a row. I was like, let's get off the mean look so I can trap in that Wooper there. It looks, it was like smiling as its face though. Anyway, so went for the counter there. So that's pretty cool. I do have a physical move in Foul Play, but I really need to boost the attack of this thing up, then start firing off those foul plays. So Wooper is going to get confused there. I wasn't sure if it had a ground type move to take me out, or even like a fighting type move, even though it's got no hands. It's going to go for counter again. Now, I wasn't sure what other moves they had on this thing, right? Maybe they'll just expect me to attack eventually. I'm not really sure. Going for another Swagger there, giving it more attack boost. So the idea is to boost their attack stat up as much as possible, then foul play them. I couldn't use Thunder Wave due to its typing there, but that's all good. I was kind of happy with that one. So going for the third Swagger here on the Wooper. I was hoping this would actually be enough to take it out too, because I knew that it'd probably be very close to a 2-hit KO, and Wooper can be quite bulky. Say if it was the Everlight variant, which I'm damn well sure it would be in defense there. Okay, so going for that one. Now here I can go for the foul play on the Wooper there, doing solid damage. However, it doesn't do enough. It's just doing, it's around half. It's very, very close. So I get countered there, doing a lot of damage to me. This was the decision. I could go for a Swagger or I could go for foul play. I took the risk and was hoping I could get, a min max roll. Unfortunately, it's not enough to take it out. And I go down to a Wooper there. Guys, I got countered by a Wooper. Okay, so I went down to Wooper. I've always wanted to say that. So it's pretty even battle at the moment. So bringing in Auroras here. Now, this is the physical Auroras. I really need to take this in case it had, recover or anything. So I just went for Zen Head. But thank God it didn't miss, and that's going to be enough to take old Wooper out. Good to see Wooper being used, though. It's a cool Pokemon. Okay, Now, I've got my Toxic Orb here, so I can freely go for Facades the next turn on that full power. Now we have Butterfree here, so I was a little bit worried about like Giga Drain or something like that. I almost went into Bastiodon here, thank God. It was going to go for the Sleep Powder there. Maybe they predicted the swap, but I just went for Facade there. Anyway, it's going to have a Focus Sash, and it's going to hang on there on 1 health. So obviously it's going to be super effective there with my Refrigerate ability. Okay, so I'm in a pretty damn good position at the moment. I thought, well, I can go for Facade again, or I could go for a different move. Decided here just to go for Facade. You know, that's my best move I can go for. Now, Go-Goat's going to come in here. I've got the Rock Polish on the swap, obviously there, boosting my speed, so I'm very, very quick at the moment there. I put my max into attack and max speed there with this set. It worked pretty nicely. So going for Facade, that's going to be easily enough to take out the Go-Goat, unless it was a really, really bulky one in defense. That's definitely going to go down. So I've got Beedrill, I've got Butterfly, which I know that I can take both of them, Butterfree, which I know that I can take easily both of them out. The other Pokemon was the Vikavolt here. Now, I had Stone Edge on this set, but I was a little bit worried that it was going to miss. So since I was at a comfortable position in this battle, I went for Facade, does really nice damage there. However, it's going to go for the Z move here. This is going to be the Groundium Z move here on the Vikavolt. Now, Vikavolt, I was fairly strong against Vikavolt on my team, so I wasn't too worried. However, it's going to go for the Tectonic Rage here. And here you go, people. Here's a prime example of what happened to the dinosaurs. This is how they got extinct, people. That's definitely going to be Aurorus down there. And that's going to do like 1 million damage to it. So Aurorus is down, but I had another Pokemon to swap into this, right? So I thought, let's swap in Aggron here. I've got my Sturdy up. I can live whatever ground type move that was and use like, I don't know, like fucking Blizzard to take this thing out. Anyway, so going for Blizzard there. It hits the first time, like, woo! I'm like, sweet there. It lives on like 1 health, and I'm going to get Mud Slapped here. That Tectonic Rage, come on, fucking Mud Slap. Mud Slap does over half my health. Holy shit there. It's going to drop my accuracy by 1 stage. Now, since I had Flash Cannon misses, I go down to a Mud Slap. Guys, I just got swept by Mud Slap. So hype. So my Aggron is down. I love getting swept by Mud Slap. It's my favorite thing in the world. Okay, so I've got 2 Pokemon left. I've got Bastiodon. I've got to get rid of this thing. I'm going to get it swept by Mud Slap. Okay, so now the Mud Slap is going to get fired off, which is going to drop my accuracy there, dude. Still doing a lot of damage. Now, this does have Vikavolt does have a massive special attack, obviously, there. Okay, so going for Ancient Power, hoping for a scummy boost there myself. Ancient Power is going to be enough to take it out there, obviously, which was super effective, and it was already on 1 health. So we have Butterfree left, and we have Beedrill left. They're the only Pokemon left to deal with. So I was quite confident I could take these out. Okay, so I almost went for Sleep Talk there, but I didn't. I decided just to go for Ancient Power to finish it off. I thought they may go for something different, just attack me or anything like that. Okay, so putting my Bastiodon to sleep, but it wasn't too bad anyway because I could easily go for Sleep Talk the next turn. Okay, so Butterfree's going to go for the Quiver Dance there, boosting its stats, special attack and speed, special defense, etc. But I did have Ancient Power, so I only needed 1 Ancient Power to finish this thing, or even Toxic. That was enough. So going for the Sleep Talk here, I was confident I could get it this time. I get the move, and it misses. I'm like, bugger, that Mud Slap really did cost me there. Anyway, so Butterfree's going to go for yet another Quiver Dance. Man, they're being greedy here. So getting +2 Quiver Dances up there. So this is crazy. This thing's going to have a lot of special attack. Going for their Sleep Talk Rest again. Hoping I can get one of my moves or at least land it. So going for that one, I actually get Rest this time. I managed to get Rest. So that sucks. Now Butterfree is going to go for the Bug Buzz. So clearly Butterfree didn't have much to hit me. It needed a lot of boost up. Bug Buzz is absolutely nothing to me. I'm going to wake up, go for the Ancient Power, and it misses again. I'm like, what the fuck? So now I'm worried here because I'm going to keep missing this thing, and it's going to be able to sweep the rest of my team. So Bastiodon's going to get hit by the Bug Buzz. One more, I'm going to go down. I'm getting really, really salty at the moment. Finally, Ancient Power hits, and that is enough to take out that Butterfree. Oh my god. So I had one more Pokemon that Pro passed, as you know, and we had the Beedrill left as the last Pokemon. So there was no real point in me going to sleep or anything. I thought, might as well get some damage off with Ancient Power here. So Beedrill was going to go for Pursuit. I actually nearly swapped them, which was, they nearly got me there. That's going to be a critical hit. Going for the Ancient Power there. I know this is going to be super effective, but it doesn't actually do a lot of damage. I was like, I think this is, after that damage, I think this could be Assault Vested. Anyway, so it's going for the Pursuit there on me. It's going to need, another one to take me out. So going for Ancient Power. So I was 100% sure after seeing the damage on this that it was definitely an Assault Vest Beedrill there because it was super effective. I kind of know what damage is going to be anyway. Alright, then it's going to go for Fell Stinger. Like, oh crap. So that's my Bastiodon down. It's going to get a big buff in its attack being +3. Now, I did have the Prober Pass left, which had Sturdy and which was a weakness policy set. So if it did have some scummy move to hit me for super effective, I was well prepared. Swapping in Mario here, I just went for the Power Gem there because I'm max special attack and max speed there. And it's going to go for the Pursuit, doing just under half my health, going for Power Gem, and that is the game. I hope you people enjoyed both these battles. They were very, very entertaining. Check out the bonus battle and bloopers at the end. Peace.
Thank you.